So in continuation with the previous video, so let us continue the study of this chemical kinetics. In this one, in the previous video we were studying about this effect of temperature on the rate of reaction. So we know that when temperature is increased from T to T plus 10, that is by 10 degrees, then we observe that the rate becomes doubled. The rate is doubled. So this is experimental fact. In this one we know that when temperature is increased from T to T plus 10 degrees, the rate becomes double. So to explain this one explanation is considered. Assume that there are the reactant molecules like this. When the temperature is increased from T to T plus 10 degrees, the molecular velocities increase. Molecular velocities. It is not the rate of reaction, it is the molecular velocities increase. Because of that increase in the molecular velocity, there is a collision also increased. That's why the rate of reaction increases as the number of collisions increase. This, suppose this is K at T plus 10 degrees. Or velocity constant at temperature T plus 10 degrees and velocity at temperature T or velocity constant at temperature T. This is found to be almost 2 and this ratio is named as the temperature coefficient. Temperature coefficient. So to explain this effect of temperature, by considering this increase in the temperature on the rate of reaction or molecular collisions, etc., we consider one theory that is called Arrhenius theory. Arrhenius theory. This Arrhenius theory makes use of the energy of activation. Energy of activation. This we will study separately in another video. So energy of activation, with increase in the temperature, the number of molecules possessing energy of activation increases. That's why the rate of reaction increases. That we shall take up in the next video or another video. The next one is the catalyst. A catalyst is a substance which changes the rate of reaction without involving in the reaction or without taking part in the reaction. So a catalyst is a substance that alters the rate of reaction without taking part in the reaction. Without taking part in the reaction. We have so many reactions which are catalyzed by various substances. But before going for that effect of catalyst on the rate of reaction, first let us see the types of catalyst. Any substance that alters the rate without taking part in it is called the catalyst. So there are actually 3 types of catalyst. One is called positive catalyst. These positive catalysts actually increase the rate of reaction. But there are some substances which decrease the rate of reaction also. So they are named as the negative catalysts. So they decrease the rate of reaction. There is one more type of catalyst that we call it as autocatalyst. Autocatalyst. These are the substances which are produced during the reaction which act as the catalyst. First let us see some examples for this positive catalyst. Suppose you consider this dissociation of the hydrogen iodide to give rise to hydrogen plus iodine. Similarly, gold acts as a catalyst in this reaction. Similarly, the combination of nitrogen plus hydrogen giving rise to ammonia. So N2 plus 3S2 giving rise to 2NH3. This reaction is catalyzed by iron. Similarly, there are so many such substances which increase the rate of the reaction. They are called as the positive catalyst. there are some substances which act as the negative catalyst. For example, when we consider the decomposition of the acetaldehyde or formaldehyde, if you add a drop of glycerin or glycerol, it will retard the rate of reaction. So such a catalyst is called as the negative catalyst. Any substance that is produced during the reaction but acts as a catalyst. Say for example, when we consider the reaction between KMnO4 plus acid like H2SO4. In the beginning of the reaction, we consider this actually formation of the manganese sulfate, Mn plus 2. This manganese sulfate containing manganese plus 2 ion will act as the catalyst for the further decomposition or further reaction. So any such substance produced during the reaction acting as a catalyst is called as the autocatalyst. Anyhow, about these three types of catalyst we have a separate chapter that is in the surface chemistry. So let us not much worry about the examples and whatever we have. But you remember, whenever we are using this word catalyst, it usually refers to positive catalyst. So when you add a catalyst to a certain reaction, catalyst alters the path of the reaction. And hence the rate of reaction increases. So when we consider this effect of temperature by considering this Arrhenius theory, there we will study the topic of this energy of activation. By the addition of a catalyst, this energy of activation will be lower so that more molecules can take part in the reaction. So that we will see in the separate topic. So effect of catalyst, usually positive catalyst, which increase the rate of the reaction by changing the path of the reaction. Then the last effect or factor, surface or physical state or surface area. This is actually physical state of the substance. By the change in the size of the particle, as the size of the particle gradually decreases, surface area increases. Say for example, I am having a piece of iron. An iron piece when exposed to the moist air, it gradually rusts. Here assume that this is the surface area that is available. But when this is divided into smaller parts, more and more surface area is available. That's why the rusting process becomes very fast. Similarly, if you decrease to a still smaller sizes like this, suppose you take an iron rod, make it into pieces, this iron rod make it into powder. In this case, the rate of reaction is very fast, rusting process is very fast because of increase in the surface area. Similarly, when you take a substance in this solid state, the rate is very less. Slowly the reaction takes place. If you consider the same substance in the liquid state or solution state, the reaction is fast. If you consider the reaction in the gaseous state, we assume that this is the fastest. Because when you convert a solid into liquid or a solution or a gaseous state, the energy possessed by the molecules will always be higher. So energy possessed by the solids is less as compared to liquid, is less as compared to gases. So as the energy itself is larger in case of the gaseous state, the reaction becomes very, very fast. So that is about the factors affecting the rate of reaction. This is from T to T plus 10. When the temperature is increased, the rate of reaction becomes double. So this can be explained by considering the molecular velocities, which increase by increasing the temperature. If you take the ratio of the velocity or velocity constant at temperature 10 degrees higher to a certain temperature, it becomes almost 2. In some cases it becomes 3 also. This ratio is named as the temperature coefficient. So to explain the effect of temperature, we consider this theory called as the Arrhenius theory. Then the third one the next one is catalyst. A substance that alters the rate of reaction without taking part in that reaction. It is called as the catalyst. Three types of catalyst: positive, negative and autocatalyst. Similarly, by the addition of a catalyst we have a different path which proceeds via lower energy of activation. That's why the rate of reaction increases. Anyhow, with these two factors we will discuss again in the same chapter at the end. The last one is physical state. As the surface area increases by the decrease in the size, the rate of reaction increases. Similarly, if a substance is in the solid or liquid or in the gaseous state, the rate of reaction will be increased from solid to liquid or solution and liquid or solution to the gaseous state. So this is about the factors. Coming to the next part, we have this term molecularity and order of the reaction. Molecularity and order. Molecularity and order of the reaction. When you consider any reaction and balance it, the number of molecules taking part in a balanced chemical equation of the reaction is called the molecularity of the reaction. Suppose I write a reaction like this: H2 plus O2 giving rise to H2O. To balance this reaction, we are taking 2H2 plus O2 giving rise to 2H2O. When you write the balanced chemical equation, in this one 2 molecules of hydrogen and 1 molecule of oxygen is involved. Therefore, for such a reaction, the molecularity is found to be 3. So it is number of molecules of reactants involved in balanced chemical equation. Balanced chemical equation of the reaction. This is called molecularity of the reaction. As I told you, in this case, the number of molecules involved in the balanced chemical equation is 3. That's why such a reaction is said to be a termolecular reaction. If molecularity is equal to 1, it is called unimolecular or monomolecular reaction. Monomolecular or molecularity 1. If the molecularity of the reaction is 2, then it is said to be a bimolecular or dimolecular reaction. If the molecularity is 3, it is named as the termolecular reaction, etc. Termolecular. Here you have to observe, always molecularity is a whole number. You cannot write the same reaction as H2 plus half O2 giving rise to H2O. So we write molecularity is always a whole number, and it is calculated from balanced chemical equation of the reaction. So calculated from balanced chemical equation. Balanced chemical equation of the reaction, and it is having always a positive value. Now let us see one more thing in case of this molecularity. Suppose a reaction is having molecularity more than 3. In such a case, we have to calculate the molecularity for each individual step. Let me take one example to explain that complication. Suppose you have a reaction HBr plus O2 giving rise to H2O plus Br2. So to balance this reaction, we take 4HBr plus O2 giving rise to 2H2O plus 2Br2. Here if you calculate the molecularity, it becomes 5. According to one theory, that is collision theory, when the molecularity is more than 3, it is not such a reaction which can be written by a simple equation. It means it has got certain mechanism. So the mechanism for this reaction we can write as HBr plus O2 giving rise to HOOBr. This is called peroxyhydrogen bromide. This HOOBr then combines with one more molecule of HBr to give rise to 2 molecules of HOBr. This is called hypobromous acid. Finally, this HOBr combines with HBr, one more molecule of HBr to give rise to H2O and Br. So, this reaction is written with this mechanism. So, the first step, formation of the peroxyhydrogen bromide. Second step is formation of the hypobromous acid. Third step is formation of the final products, water and bromine. When we consider this mechanism, we observe that in each of these reactions, okay, the reaction is HBr plus O2 giving rise to HOOBr, the molecularity is 2. For this reaction, molecularity is 2. For this reaction also, when you write the balanced equation, it is observed that molecularity is 2. For the third reaction also, we write molecularity is 2. If someone asks you to write the molecularity of this reaction, don't say 2 plus 2 plus 2, 6. It is not 6, it is actually 2 for the first step, 2 for the second step and 2 for the third step. For any such mechanism, we have to calculate molecularity for each individual steps. So, molecularity is applicable for individual steps. You have to remember these points. Sometimes there will be a question based on these differences between the molecularity and order of the reaction. Molecularity is the number of molecules of the reactants involved in the balanced chemical equation of the reaction. If molecularity is 1, it is called unimolecular. If molecularity is 2, it is called bimolecular. If molecularity is 3, it is called termolecular. If molecularity exceeds 3, we should understand that the reaction is not simple. It is involving a complex mechanism. If the reaction is taking place as in the single step, as written in the single step, it is called a simple reaction or elementary reaction. Simple or elementary reaction. It is only one step that is involved in the reaction. If more than one step is involved in the reaction, then it is written as the mechanism. So such a reaction which involves more than one step, then it is called a complex reaction. For complex reaction, we have to calculate the molecularity for each individual steps. Okay. Now let us see the order of the reaction. Order of the reaction is defined as sum of the powers of the concentration terms involved in balanced chemical equation of the reaction. So order is the sum of the powers of concentration terms in an experimentally determined rate equation. Experimentally determined rate equation. Suppose I write a reaction. If you write the velocity expression for that reaction, then you take the sum of the powers of the concentration terms that will indicate the order of the reaction. In general, let me say dx by dt for a given reaction is written as K is equal to K into concentration of A to the power n B to the power m. This is experimental rate law. Based on the experiment, when we discuss this velocity, if you write the expression, it is called experimental rate law. So about this order of the reaction and the differences between the order and molecularity, we will discuss in the next video. Thank you.